Singing with Kolot haLev brings me great joy.
A choir with some great individuals, having a world-class conductor.
Being in a Jewish choir has become the center of my weekly Jewish life.
This choir is a community, it's a family, and very welcoming of anyone who decides to come in and join it.
When I joined, the people just really made me feel that I belonged.
You know, I really value the people who I sing with.
It's really people who sing with their heart and their soul.
Thursdays are the highlight of my week.
It's just a very special, beautiful experience.
So I wanted to tell you about Kolot haLev, the dream of my life, one of them, but perhaps the most prominent. Here is an idea, an aspiration that came decades ago about considering the possibility that everyone that wants it could sing. But I noticed that so many people that wanted to sing felt that they were impeded to do it, not only for themselves, but also because others will tell them so.
I was in a choir for a very short time when somebody said, well, you know, you're singing off. I never went back.
And I wondered what would happen if you put together a group without any qualifications whatsoever.
I was introduced to Ramon, and I asked him what were the requirements for singing in Kolot haLev. And he said, you have to love to sing.
And we began 18 years ago with this project called Kolot haLev. There were about 10 women and 1 man. And we proceeded trying to be conscious of our physical abilities as singers and listening to each other a little more.
I don't read music. And he always says, you know, everybody can sing. It doesn't matter. If you can't hold a tune, everybody can. Everybody can sing. And he's very encouraging about that.
I just find it amazing that there are no auditions. You don't have to be able to read music. You don't have to have had any experience. And what Ramon does with his leadership, what the people in the choir are able to do together is really incredible. And it's just a bunch of people who love to sing.
I did, in fact, have a little trepidation in joining the group. Reading the description, don't need to be familiar with Hebrew, check. Not familiar with Hebrew at all. Don't need to be Jewish, yeah, check. Not Jewish either. So trepidation slipped away pretty quickly once we started singing.
1, 2, 3, and all the way. I treated these people not with severity, but with the intention of not shortchanging them.
I think Ramon really sets the tone for the choir. He sets a high bar. He has high expectations of us.
Mediocrity is not part of our vocabulary. We aspire for more. We want the world. And if that can happen, that's great. If it doesn't, we don't stop. It means that maybe tomorrow we will be able to.
He wants the best, and I'm going to try to give him what I can, my best.
He doesn't bring, everything is not simple. Some of it's very complex, and you really have to work at it. I really like that a lot.
I totally am overwhelmed when I see the music when it's first presented, and I'm sure that we can never make this happen.
It is kind of, wow, we're really going to be able to pull this one off, huh? But there is a nugget of confidence behind it all that, yeah, we will be able to pull this off, and it's going to be pretty darn amazing that we can.
I mean, that's the thing. It does get easier if you study it and you listen and you grow to love it.
You really can feel the time in the choir when we go like from learning like very strenuously the music to actually singing, and it's like a magical transformation, and suddenly we are no longer all these discordant voices, and you can feel real music.
And people also started to realize that their voices became true musical instruments.
Over the years that I've been in this choir, I have been able to use my body in a more effective way to project the sound that I would like to.
I couldn't, at the beginning, sing my part and not sing the melody.
I'm certainly learning to apply skills that I didn't have before in singing.
But becoming less self-conscious, more confident in being able to sing and make real music.
I wanted to provide them also with the idea that there was something outside of the regular musical material at their synagogues, in schools, and even at parties.
Oh my God. I mean, the music that Ramon brings for us to sing is amazing.
It's so interesting and varied. Ramon digs up these pieces from all over the place and from all different time periods and arranges them for us.
It's really expanded my musical repertoire, which wasn't all that wide, because we sing Jewish music from all over the world.
I love the expanse of language and the music going from very, very early to very, very modern.
Sometimes where he takes something that isn't Jewish, that fits a Jewish text.
Some music that Ramon has found, has unearthed, rarely heard Jewish music.
The mission of the choir is to spread Jewish music, and not just the songs that everybody knows, not just Havana Gila and the Hora.
There's such a wide range of Jewish music, Jewish choral music out there that people just don't hear.
I wanted to bring music that could actually give people the opportunity to say, I'm proud of this, it's Jewish music.
Not only do I get to learn this music, but we get to learn the meaning of the music and how it came about, like what happened, why did it come about within history.
So few people really understand the connection. Ramon does, and he passes on his knowledge, his passion.
It has definitely enriched my understanding of Jewish liturgy, poetry, the various Jewish cultures around the world.
I learned a lot more about prayers and psalms and holidays, so I really appreciated that.
It's just really hard to say how much I've learned. It's been a history lesson as well as musical lesson.
And then you find out what you're singing, and that's important too, I think, to know what it is exactly that you're singing about. It's not just a bunch of notes.
And it just brings so much power to the choir, thinking about the meaning of it. It brings a whole different level of singing in a choir to me.
When we sing this music and understand the depth of the meaning or the variety of the meaning, it adds a lot to my Jewish experience.
It has strengthened my Jewish identity in the sense that I understand more about the liturgy. And so I feel more connected that way, definitely.
I'm looking for more of a connection to Judaism musically, and I believe that I'm already getting there.
Singing each year music with a different theme from a different country has allowed me to see Judaism in a much broader way.
It has given me a deeper appreciation of who I am and where I come from. If my parents were alive, they'd be very pleased I was doing this.
When things come together and everything's really ready for a concert, I just love the way it sounds, the way the harmonies come together, the energy and excitement.
I have to say, I get really nervous. I'm like shaking a little bit or maybe have some sweaty palms before we begin. And after the first couple minutes of those jitters, it's sort of an exhilarating experience.
When we perform, I think all of the mistakes we had been making and Ramona's calling us to task, all of a sudden we somehow pull it together.
I'll sing and I'll hear the different parts together. And when they're really clicking, it's a really emotional experience. It's just a really warm feeling. And when you get to the end of the piece and you take a deep breath and you say, that was good.
It always amazes me that we can produce such a really nice product.
We are glorious. We just really make it happen.
It's fun to sing just for ourselves, but it really feels very rewarding when there's a bunch of people who've come to hear and who appreciate what they hear.
You know, enjoy having family and friends come and having them say, that was really good.
People smile and they're really happy when they listen to us.
When we are singing and other people are listening in, I just get like complete euphoria of like being there, because I just think it's a form of connection that doesn't have many parallels. You just create this special time and space that is outside of the regular time, and it is almost like sacred, I think.
When the pandemic came, I asked myself, what are we going to do?
A choir is something that doesn't exist if you don't have interaction with other people.
We found the tools through Zoom to continue meeting every week.
We were all amazed that we did that, I think.
30 or more were coming to rehearsal online.
And we were still singing together alone at home. And we did a virtual piece or two.
We each recorded our parts individually and then put all the parts together into a piece.
During the pandemic, when so many other choirs failed and went out of existence, we succeeded.
And when the pandemic began to slow down, we came back, we began singing outside, we slowly entered the rooms, and now we fill the rooms with music.
As I look back, I just can't believe that we have done what we have done.
I keep coming because it means so much to me. It also makes me feel young. It's done a lot for me.
I keep coming back because I love the opportunity to sing beautiful music, very interesting parts, amazing arrangements.
I found a community. I found a place where I think I belong.
To be fully Jewish in this communal environment is doing something beautiful together.
It's very empowering to just be around people who continue to cherish these melodies and keep them alive.
What Kolot haLev is doing is making history, is making sure that people know that we are not just there to sing a song. We are making a statement. We provide the world with something that before was not there. And for that, I'm truly grateful.
I don't think I would be coming down here every Thursday night for the last 18 years if I didn't feel the way I do.
It's just a very important part of my life, and I cannot imagine not having Kolot haLev.